Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we are in Undead Horde War, or Minion Wars as a lot of people call it. I am back with my home alliance, the Praetorian Guardians, and I am going to feature my 6 war flags with commentary. If you do enjoy this video or find it helpful, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and turn that notification bell on so you can be alerted of when I drop new content. Without further ado, let's get into my 6 war flags. With my first flag, we're going to go with my favorite team, my Woodland Fawn and Astral Dwarfs team against a Fergus tank team. They've also got Domi Ventus, Santa Pimentor, Bramble, and Darkbeat, the newer bard that's in the game. All 5 of my heroes will be able to have a 100% chance to resist both the negative mana ailment and the instant mana reduction, and they'll actually gain mana each time that Fergus goes off when they resist that negative mana ailment. So as many of you know, when I use this team up against Fergus, I try to tile dump as much as possible. So I am going to be looking for cascades. We're going to start off with this purple match on the left, which will set off that little cascade of blues. Next, let's match the 3 greens on the middle rightish area. Now, I don't have any reds or yellows, but we're going to match the 4 reds with those yellows so that I can then match some greens next turn on the right. Just kidding. We had a cascade I wasn't expecting, but at least Fergus going off again is going to increase the mana of everybody. Next, I am going to match these 3 yellows on the left. I'm going to have lots of purple options. Let's match the 3 purples on the bottom first. So I do have Tamlin, but I like to attack everybody with the specials being strung together, although they don't have anybody that I can see that would affect the special effect from Tamlin. So I am actually going to start off with him, since I'm going to match some purples right now with those purples and reds in the middle. Nice cascade with the greens and purples. Perfect. Tamlin's about to go off again already. And Tamlin has a special already, so I am definitely glad that I used him. Let's heal with Bramble first. He's also going to make it so that I gain 20% mana within the next 3 turns, I believe. Before I use the other specials, though, I'm going to hit this purple dragon, which is going to give me the blues I need for Ixen. And firing Ixen first is ideal, because Ixen makes it so that everybody receives 50% more damage, and I think it's 10% more damage for every minion or mega minion that's owned. Yeah, 10%. So we're going to fire Ixen first. Then everybody's going to receive 60% more damage. Then let's fire Tamlin, and then Vard. And let's see what everybody's left with. And just kidding, we won the battle that easily. We are 1 for 1 to start off this war. Very nice. With my next flag, I'm going to bring 3 yellows and 2 greens against this Glass Richard tank team. They've also got Glass Marjana, Glass Sartana, Santa Pimentor, and then Zhao King as well. I've got a couple Fiend Summoners, actually 3 Fiend Summoners, with Spartoy, Zuzling, and Iga. I've got Fungustine and Cleopatra for healers. Zuzling will also give me some minions as well. The plan here is to just pummel them with Fiends from my 3 Fiend dealers. Feeling pretty good about this team. Haven't been able to use a team like this in a while, actually. All right, I am going to start off with these 4 greens on the right, I think. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, let's match the 3 yellows so those don't get separated. Now, let's match the 4 greens. Yeah, let's match these 4 greens here. I thought about matching the 3 purples in the middle, to set off the 2 cascades of greens, but Spartoi activates in 7 tiles. So when I can get him in 7 tiles, I definitely try to. So we're going to be able to get his special very early right now. Now let's use Spartoi. And then I'm going to hit this green dragon so that I can match some yellow tiles next turn to set off the cascade of greens. Yeah, let's do that. Now let's match these yellows and greens. It's going to give me Fungustine and Cleopatra as our healers. Then also Iga's got his time to charge, and Zouj has his special as well. I'm going to use Cleopatra first because she has a regular heal and then an overheal as part of her passive. And then Fungustine obviously is an overhealer, so we're going to use him right now. And then let's use Zouj. And then I think I'm going to use Iga right now because I can cast 3 Fiends with Iga right now, or 5 Fiends with his ×3 charge, but I think Richard's probably going to be dead before I get them. So let's use the 3 Fiends over on the left. I am more concerned about them, especially since Sartana has the dodge ether power right now. All right, now let's match these 3 greens up against Richard, I think. Yeah, let's do that. That should kill him or very close to it. And I probably shouldn't have done that because now his special's going to go. But we are with enough overheal that it didn't even matter. All right, let's match these 3 yellows right now, setting off that cascade of blues. Richard is now officially dead. Sartana's going off. And Iga, even with all of that damage, still has max health. All right, I will take it. Right now, I am going to hit this blue dragon. Nice cascade. We're going to be able to use Spartoi again, and the damage from the minions from Iga is going to go off right now. Perfect. We should be able to kill the 2 on the left, I think. Awesome. Let's match these yellows and ghost these green tiles right here. And we're going to be able to use Iga and Spartoi. Everybody's specials except Zhuling. And everybody's going to be dead in just a moment, it looks like. Let's just match these green tiles here. All right, Sartana's dead. We have just Marjana left. I'm just going to ghost tiles and not mess with anything here. And Marjana is dead. We are now 2 for 2 this war. Very nice. With my 3rd flag, we're going to go up against this Bernardet tank team. They've also got Fungus, Fergus, Archibald, and Orakark. I've got 3 different colors of counters for Bernardet with Oni Wakamaru with the Undispellable Taunt, Medea for the Shifting Mindless Attack, and Bernardet herself, who can cast paintings on everybody. I've got Nautica to speed up her, and Grimsteel, who will increase the attack and defense growth. Fergus will remove that growth factor every 4 turns with his Guard Rally passive, but I'm hoping to take out that left side early so that we can continue with that attack and defense growth. All right, so we need 5 tiles to get Oni Wakamaru activated, 7 for Medea, and then 11 or 12 for Bernardet, but we're going to be able to change that up with Nautica, obviously. Not the best of boards to start, but I'm going to start off with... Actually, I'm going to start off with the 5 yellows horizontally, because if I do that, I can match 4 blues and then hit the blue dragon if we don't get anything else. And that's going to give me my 5 blue tiles for Oni Wakamaru. And we are going to hit that blue dragon right now. Thought about hitting the red diamond, but I didn't want any crazy cascades going off to set off Bernardet. So right now, I'm deciding if I want to use Oniwakamaru special right now, because he only lasts for 2 turns. And Oracork's about to go off. I've only got 2 heroes above 50% mana right now. I think I'm going to match the 3 reds up against Bernardet. Yes, let's do that. Of course, we got a cascade, please. Oh, no, it's going to set off Bernardet, isn't it? Oh, my God. I should have used Oniwakamaru. Yep, I definitely should have. Nautica did dodge it, so that is one good thing that happened out of that. Let's use Oniwakamaru. Hopefully he comes out of the painting, and he did. Awesome. I need to get some blue tiles here. I can move the 1 blue tile over to match some blues, but then that's going to go off against Fergus the next turn, which I don't want to do because Nautica and my Oniwakamaru are not going to be able to resist that. I really wish I used Oniwakamaru last turn. Alright, well, let's match these 3 purples and see what happens. We did get some lucky blues, which is definitely going to help me. Let's match these 4 blues right here. And then the paintings are for how many more turns? 3 more turns. And this is for Grimsteel. I may keep him with the special. Let's hit the blue dragon. That's going to give me Oniwakamaru and Nautica. If I can keep everybody alive, then we might be in okay shape. I am going to use Oniwakamaru right now because I'm going to match these 3 yellow tiles, setting off that cascade of greens up top, which is probably going to set off Bernardet. Not quite, but she'll go off next turn. Especially because we're going to match this red diamond right now. And the red diamond's going to go off. Not exactly what I wanted, but I guess we'll take it. Everybody's out of the paintings, which is awesome. I've got Oniwakamaru with the taunt still, so only the painting will affect him. Let's use Grimsteel to increase my attack and defense growth, and then Bernardet to cast the paintings on everybody. I hope it hits Fergus. It did not. His monk class resisted it, but that's okay. Let's match these 3 blue tiles up against Bernardet. Let's match these 3 purple tiles up against Bernardet. Nice cascade with those blues. Bernardet is almost dead. I am going to match the 3 purples up against Bernardet so I can match the blues next turn. We're actually going to have a blue diamond we can match. That is awesome. I hope everybody stays alive. Bernardet is dead. And Nautica is dead. That's not good. Grimsteel, please. Thank you. Let's match these 3 reds up against Archibald. I was hoping that was going to kill the Mega Minion. My Bernardet is almost dead. I was hoping that was going to give me her special. Not quite. Grimsteel's dead. I've literally only got Bernardet left. Alright. Let's see what kind of magic we can make work this battle. I'm going to hit this red dragon because I need her special. Turn everybody into paintings. So let's use that special. Please turn Fergus into a painting also. Thank you. Awesome. Now, let's match these 4 purples up against Fergus. I really need to kill that Mega Minion. Mega Minion's gonna kill Bernardet. Alright, well, at least we killed their Bernardet, but I wish I did win that battle. Alright, we are now 2 for 3. With my next flag, we're going to bring 2 different colors of counters against Bernardet with Kushanku, who gives the mindless attack, and then Sludges also gives the dancing effect so that everybody but her can resist the paintings. And then I've got 2 purple counters with Medea with the shifting mindless attack, and then Von Roppert with the dancing and silence effect. Let's see how this 4th flag here goes, hopefully better than the last one. Alright, so I need 5 yellow tiles or 7 purple tiles. I am going to start off with the 4 reds up top, I think. That's actually going to make it so that I can match 4 purples. Just kidding, we got a cascade. And we have Kushanku already. Very nice. That actually worked out very nicely. Alright, let's match these 3 reds on the bottom left. I'm holding off on Kushanku because that first charge only lasts for 2 turns. And I am going to use Kushanku now on Bernardet because we're going to match that purple diamond. Between that and the next turn, this will definitely set off Bernardet, although that cascade might set her off. Not quite. Well, let's match this purple diamond. That's going to give me all 3 of my purple specials. Let's use Diachan to heal first. I'm going to use the shifting miles attack on Bramble, although I don't know if it works on him with his Woodland Fawn family bonus. But I do want to hit the 3 on the left here. So let's use Medea over here. And it did work on him because it's a status ailment. Perfect. All right, now let's use Medea on Tamlin. Let's ghost these yellow tiles so I can get Kushanku's special back, and then also Sludges. Let's use Kushanku on Asian. And I may as hold on to Sludges' special since I don't need it right now. Let's match these reds, setting off that cascade of yellows and greens, and a bunch of other stuff. Still going to hold on to Sludges' special. Going to match these 3 yellows vertically up against Bramble. I am now going to hit Bramble with Kushanku. Let's match these blues right here so I can match some purples next turn by ghosting them. Bramble's going to go off next turn with the Miles attack. I think I'm going to use Sludges right now because Tamlin's going to go off in the next turn or 2. And if I have any cascades this next turn after I ghost these purple tiles, then he's going to go off. He didn't this turn. Shimmer Scale and Tamlin are both about to go off. Let's match these 3 yellow tiles up the middle, setting off that cascade of blues, and we got some greens underneath, which I didn't need, but I'll take. And we got some purples, awesome. Alright, Tamlin and Shimmer Scale should both be dead, although Shimmer Scale might revive with this fighter class. Alright, Tamlin's dead, awesome. And Shimmer Scale didn't get any extra damage because he hit the 2 on the left and actually hit Medea. But that's okay. Let's heal with Diachan first. I need to get rid of this Mega Minion. I don't want to deal with the Mega Minion and the bleed damage. Awesome. Let's hit Bramble with the Shifting Miles attack. And let's match this red diamond and the green tiles here. Hit Ascian. Okay, you could hit yourself. Alright. Alright. Ascian is about to go off. Let's match these 3 purple tiles up against Shimmer Scale. Alright, Ascian is dead from the dancing effect. Perfect. Let's hit this red diamond now. And do some tile dumping. We got some yellows and purples. Very nice. Let's use Diachan to heal. And Bramble has the Milus attack for 1 more turn. Let's use these yellow tiles up against him. See if we can get him to go off. And he did go off on himself. Awesome. Shimmer Scale is dead. Perfect. We should be able to kill Bramble with Medea, maybe? Not quite. Okay. Let's hit this blue diamond. Actually, before we do that, let's hit these yellow tiles. Alright, we should be able to kill Bramble with Von Rothbert now. Awesome. We are now 3 for 4. 2 flags left. With my next flag, we're going to go up against this Bernardet tank team. They've also got Fergus, Dulafler, Egthau, and then also Ruan Zauki. This is kind of a clean. This got hit a little bit, but definitely still a very tough team that I'm going to need to help out taking with the flip. So I've got a newer team that I have for Bernardet where Yukon and Revna work really well with each other because Revna makes it so that all ailments are reflected back to the enemies, and Yukonin makes it so that him and nearby allies cannot have their buffs dispelled for 3 turns. So if I can get them off together, then that's going to work really well against Bernardet. Damon is kind of my setup for this team because he activates in 6 tiles and makes it so that an enemy cannot cast any ailments or buffs for 3 turns. And then I've got Magni and Marjana for their Tune passive with the 70% chance to resist buff dispels and any ailments. All right. So this team has worked out pretty well for me so far. Let's see how it works out for me today. Not a lot of red tiles. Not very good. All right. I'm going to start off with these yellows and blues on the right. That's going to move up the 1 red tile on the left so I can match those. And then hopefully I get a red tile on the bottom 1 of those 2 spots. And we did actually. Awesome. Please don't go crazy with cascades. Thank you. All right. Now let's match these 3 reds. It's going to set off a cascade of yellows underneath, which I don't want. But I need the 3 reds for Damon. Please, nothing else. Nothing else after the purples. Nothing else after the blues. Oh my god, please don't set off Bernardet. Thank you. All right, so let's use Damon right now. And then I'm going to just kill Bernardet maybe, or close to it with these blues. And she is dead, okay. Now, let's use Magni against Dwarfler. And let's match these yellows and purples vertically up the middle here. Alright. Dueler filler is about to go off. Let's match these yellows. Or rather, the reds ghosted up the middle. I'm going to wait a turn to use my specials. Let's match these yellows and blues up against Dueler Filler. And I'm waiting a turn to use my specials because I have Revna, who is a healer, and I actually kind of want that burn damage to do a little bit more damage for a turn so that she can heal for a little bit more. Alright, now let's use everybody's specials. I'm going to use Damon first, since he dispels. Now let's use Revna and Yukonin. And then let's use Marjana on Dueler Filler. Alright, now I am gonna ghost these 4 purple tiles up the middle. That's probably gonna set off Dueler Filler. Maybe we can kill her, not quite. Almost dead. Alright, let's use Magni on Dueler Filler. I am gonna move over the purple dragon. Or do I want to just hit the purple diamond? Yeah, let's hit the purple diamond. Nice cascade. Let's kill Dueler Filler. Not quite. Alright, Magni and Marjana both resisted the instant mana reduction. Very good. Let's see if we can kill Dueler Filler or close to it. Not quite, but these 3 red tiles should do the trick. Awesome. Alright. Let's see what kind of damage we can do to this Mega Minion over here. Not quite dead, but the red tile should do the trick since I've got 4. Perfect. Alright, let's heal with Revna. Use Yukonin. Next order of business is definitely going to be Fergus, so let's hit him with Damon. And let's hit this blue diamond. That's going to give me Magni special. Please do not set off Fergus. Nice. Alright, let's see how much damage we can do to Fergus with Magni. Not quite. I'm going to match these purples and blues vertically, hoping I get a red in the middle. We did get a red. Please kill Fergus. Almost dead. Man. Let's see if we can kill this Mega Minion and Fergus with Marjana. Not quite. This purple dragon might do the trick, though. Not quite. I need like 1 more tile of damage or that fire damage to affect Fergus, and he's dead. Perfect. Okay. Now, let's match these 4 blues. Egg Thou is probably going to be the next one to go. I'm going to match these red tiles. That should give me at least Revna and Damon, and it did give me Yukonin also. Perfect. Alright, let's use Yukonin first. And then Damon. See if we can kill Egg Thou. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to hold on to Revna since I don't have too much to heal. Magni's a little depleted, but he should be okay. Just ghosting tiles right now. All right, let's hit him with Magni. I'm going to heal with Revna right now since he is about to go off, and let's just go some tiles on the right. Nice cascading. It's going to set him off, but that's okay because I got my specials now. And between these reds and then Magni going off next turn, that should kill him or close to it. Not quite. Damon, do the trick, please. All right, we are now 4 for 5 this war, 1 match left. With my last flag, we're going to bring 4 Garrison Guards and Grendel from the Beowulf family. All 5 of them will be able to resist the negative mana ailment, or rather the instant mana reduction from Fergus. They will get the negative mana ailment, but I've got 2 Garrison Guards that have one of those safely cleansing Mega Minions with Koli and Rosalind, if we can get them activated. They've also got Domitia, Chunky Roy, Varus, and Salnus. Let's see how this last flag here goes, see if we can finish 5 for 6. All right, decent board to start here, actually. I've got a couple options. I can move that yellow tile in the middle to set off that cascade of greens, or I can match the reds, setting off a cascade of purples, and so I can match 4 greens the following turn. I think I'm going to do that. It's going to give me an extra green tile by doing that. Let's do this, which is also going to set off a yellow diamond. Very nice. And 4 yellows afterwards, which I've got my yellow tiles already. We've actually got 2 yellow diamonds and a massive cascade going off right now. Fergus is going to go off, but again, that's okay. None of my heroes are going to get their mana reduced. Let's use Rosalind to heal first. And since the left side's a little bit more depleted already, let's hit the 3 on the left here with my 3 attacking specials. Now, let's match these reds and greens. Domitia is dead. Perfect. We should be able to kill Fergus right now with this 1 green tile. Awesome. Everybody is dying very quickly. I'm going to move the yellow tile over, or do I just want to hit this green dragon, setting off everything? I do. That's going to give me 2 green specials and the 2 yellow specials. Varus is dead, and Chunky Roy's almost dead. This battle is pretty much over. All right, we are done. Ended up going 5 for 6 this war, and our alliance is doing very well with 53-61 and 36 flags left. They've got 49-27 with 23 flags left. So we've got a 13 flag advantage and a 444 point advantage or something like that. So definitely looking good this war, and very happy with how this war went. I do feel like I could have won that 1 flag that we did lose. Probably could have used my specials a little bit smarter after we took out Bernardet, but that was a tough match for sure. Let me know how your Minion Wars is going, and that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful, and if you did, hit that like button, make sure you're subbed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.